Nebraska Senator Pete Ricketts. He is a member of the Budget Committee, member of the Foreign Relations Committee, joining us from the Capitol. Senator, good to see you. There's a lot to get to this morning. Let's start with China hitting back hard on the United States with 125% tariffs. So they lifted it up from 84% now. What do you make of that? Do you have a reaction to it?
The president is trying to level the playing field with all the countries around the world. You know, typically the rest of the world charges us 4 times the amount of tariffs we charge the rest of the world when they try to send stuff to us. And one of the biggest offenders is China. And it's not just the tariffs, it's the fentanyl, it's the cyber attacks, it's the stealing of intellectual property, it's the non-tariff trade barriers. And they are one of the worst offenders. And the only thing that China understands is brute force. The president understands that after his first term. And now this is where the president's saying, hey, China, you're going to be held accountable. You're going to treat us fairly, or we're not going to be able to do business like we've done in the past.
Sure. The president not backing down, by the way. Although he's doing the 90-day pause for all the other countries, he's full steam ahead when it comes to China. I'd like to share you some of the reaction we've noticed from mainstream media, this one particularly from the Wall Street Journal. And perhaps it's an op-ed, so it is an opinion piece. Take that into consideration. But the editorial board writing, Trump is still fixated on erasing the U.S. trade deficit with nearly every individual nation, which makes no sense given the differences in economies. His 90-day pause means the tariffs could come back with a vengeance if he doesn't like the concessions countries offer. Now, Senator, your thoughts on that analysis there? Do you share those same concerns?
The president has been very clear about trying to get the level playing field for Americans, and I think it's important to take a step back about this. You know, we set up this system after World War II to help other nations recover from World War II and to get them on our side against the Soviet Union. It worked wonderfully well, except the Soviet Union fell 34 years ago. This should have been done 34 years ago. The president is now trying to make this a level playing field for Americans as we ship our products overseas. So this is something where other countries have for a long time gotten a sweetheart deal. Some of them may have to go through the 5 stages of grief, like China clearly is right now. They're in denial about this. But I mean, we got to get this to be a level playing field. It's just not fair to Americans. And the president understands this. So, you know, there's going to be some disruption. But at the end of the day, in the long run, if we have level playing fields with other countries around the world, that will help Americans. So that's what the president's got going on here.
Senator, specifically yesterday, there was a cabinet meeting, and we learned a little bit more about what's happening in terms of DOGE, if you will, and cuts and wasteful spending. The Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, recently announcing that he is cutting the Defense Department budget by around $5 billion, canceling some defense contracts that he deems unnecessary or wasteful spending. Did you have an opinion on that, again, of watching this administration, particularly now the Defense Department slashing their budget?
We all know that there's lots of waste, fraud, abuse in government. And of course, reviewing what the previous administration done is nothing new. I think what Secretary Hegseth understands is that there are, even though we need to invest in defense, and of course the Senate and the House reconciliation bills both provide an additional $150 billion to the Defense Department, but just because you got a budget doesn't mean that the things you're spending on are the right things. We know that we've got room for improvement in every agency, including the Defense Department. And then what those dollars can be used for is reinvesting in the programs that are actually going to make us safer. So I applaud the Secretary and all the cabinet secretaries for looking at their organizations, finding the places where they're spending money that is just not what's going to make us safer, stronger, more prosperous. And that's what's going on in the Defense Department, and the other cabinet secretaries are doing the same thing.
All right. And DOGE moves ahead with their efforts to find this wasteful spending. That is Senator Pete Ricketts of Nebraska joining us this morning. Thank you so much, sir. We appreciate your time.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.